Hey guys, how's it going? It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day outside. Not a cloud in the sky at all. It is so beautiful. Weather is perfect. I'm out here, it's about noon. I've got a light sweater on. I've got shorts on, as I do. And I thought that today would be a really good day to fertilize everything and cut back a few things, do some pruning on my topiaries. So it's just gonna be like a little menagerie of things today. So let me show you guys the topiaries that I want to prune up today. I think I'm going to try to do those first. And and then I think that we're going to fertilize everything. And then the only thing I'm really going to cut back is this lavender right here because I want to dry it and bring it inside. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm seeing bees on it. But it really needs to be cut back because it's too late for it to like continue growing. Otherwise it's just going to get massive and it's going to get too woody. I think that the bees are just going to have to find something else blooming in the garden. Okay, let me grab the topiaries and let's go get those started to get shaped up. I've got 2 of them that I'm gonna do. This is our first topiary. This is a boxwood topiary. This one's from Monrovia. Super stunning, but it's starting to get woolly and it's losing its shape. So I gotta come in and I need to shear it up, and this is the perfect time as it's starting to push new growth. This is when you want to prune up topiaries. That way you can get it starting to shape and fill in these areas, and then it's going to force it to start branching out. Like, I don't want this to come in, but I want this area to come in. So I'm not going to prune this little piece here, and I can just start shaping it exactly how I want it. So as you see your topiary starting to push some new growth, that's a fabulous time to do it. You don't want to miss it, otherwise it's too late. So I'm just going to follow this as a spiral, and I'm just going to follow it, tucking it around with the original shape that's there. I didn't shape this one, but then I have this one here. It's a little dark right now. Let's move this. So then I have this one that's also a spiral, and you can't even tell. So this is a very young spiral that I did. I did this months ago, and it's started to really fill in. So I got to come in and really cut a lot of this back to start getting that shape and do a lot of training. I can see it's starting to push some growth. So this is the perfect time to really start getting it back into shape. So I'm just gonna go in with my Felcos right here and my Coronas. These are the curved tip snips. These are kind of my 2 go-tos. This will be just like big remove, and then these will be more for like refining things. Let's just start removing stuff. Well, I think that those turned out pretty good. I think it was pretty hard to tell because I had it on the green background, but I'm really happy with it. This one had some, issues over here. I think it's because it was leaned up against the fence. Like, it was like literally the top part was leaned up against the fence, so I don't think this was getting any sunshine, but I'm still seeing some green, so I know that there's a little bit of life in here, so that should fill back in. Will be slow. I wish that I could cut this piece off, but that would make a giant hole here, so it's just gonna stay. I think it's fine though. So this one looks really, really good. It looks more like a topiary. I did this one from scratch. This one's not even a year old, and I'm really happy with how the shape is coming along. And then this one turned out amazing. This one's my pride and joy. This was my birthday present to myself, and you can see I really got the shape back, so it really has some nice like curves to the spiral, very rounded on it, and it's looking so good. I'm gonna have this area fill in a little bit, and then this will be the top tier. And then I think if I end up letting like another leader go, maybe this one, I would like to do like a palm up here. But I'm really, really happy with how that looks. It's just really pretty, especially on this pedestal right here. I love it. And then this is one of the last Mary Poppins daffodils. There's one more coming right here. Oh, there's actually another one, so maybe another small flush I'll be getting out of these. These have been really, really fun. And then I did have someone ask how, when I have planters that have a flat bottom, how I make it so the irrigation, because this is on irrigation, doesn't kink. This is what I use. So I take 3 of them, oops, and I just pop them underneath this. So it raises it up just enough that the irrigation tube can kind of go under there. Oh, you can see me. Hi. The irrigation goes under there and it doesn't kink, but then you can't see these, but it's a perfect little solution, just some little bolts. Let's fertilize everything really quickly now. I've got citruses, roses, and then I've got some all-purpose fertilizer that I'm gonna use. My containers are all fertilized. Behind this lily is a boxwood in a terracotta pot, and I fertilized them, and then I realized that they need to be trimmed also, but I don't think I'm doing that today. I should do it, but I'm not going to. So everything is fertilized. That took like seconds to do. I went in with some citrus tone for my citrus, and I went in with rose tone for the roses, and then I just used some EB Stone called Sure Start or something like that, and that's what I used for everything else that was in a container. And the only thing I didn't fertilize were the things that I did just put in containers, because I did fertilize when I put them in containers and they got new compost, so they don't need to be fertilized. I try to do fertilizer every single spring, and then I'll go in with a water soluble fertilizer every like 2 weeks or so, maybe every week if I'm feeling extra crazy about it. But usually every like 2 weeks we go in with a water soluble fertilizer and give everything a nice feeding then also. We have to remember that anything that goes in containers doesn't get fed from the like natural soil. It gets fed from whatever we give it, and so we have to make sure that we're feeding it. Otherwise it's not going to be able to or we have to remember, what was I gonna say? The birds are laughing at me. We have to remember to fertilize them, because otherwise they're not going to be able to perform the way we want them to perform in containers. They're going to run out of all the nutrients inside those containers. So you got to make sure that you stay up on feeding them and keep that soil reservoir also lifted should they need more soil, which one by the front door I realized is extremely low. Let me show you guys that, and then we're going to cut back that lavender. So this container that we have, which is, it's a pretty good sized container. It's got some ferns, it's got a heuchera in it, and this is an autumn brilliance fern or something like that, and it's starting to grow. It's been doing great. It did get a little hit with some frost, so I could come through and clean these ones up, but we both know I'm not doing that. So this one, the soil reservoir, I didn't realize, look at how much it has dropped. Like all the way down here. That is so deep. So I'm gonna have to come in, and I am gonna have to do some fluffing on this one and revamping, which is fine because this heuchera hasn't been thriving. It didn't really thrive last year, and I don't see it thriving this year anyways. So I'm gonna have to come in and do a rework. I did throw some fertilizer in there, but it's fine. And then this one I did throw fertilizer in, and I didn't water it in. This is a lady in red fern fertilizer. This is a lady in red fern, and it's a really pretty green, and then the spikes come up and they are red as they get more mature. And I didn't like mix the fertilizer in any of these. I just kind of threw it in, and when we turn irrigation on, it'll all mix into the soil on every single container. So this one's gonna need some work because there is no soil in there. And this is the lavender that I am gonna cut back today. I think that it'll be nice inside. I'm gonna put it inside the laundry room because that's where Sadie sleeps at night, and she kind of smells like an old dog. So I think that maybe this will help with some of the smell, even though there are bees on it, and I do feel bad for the bees. Like there's a guy right there, but it needs to get cut back. Otherwise it's gonna be too woody, and it will I don't know, it just needs to be cut back. I should have done it a while ago and I didn't, I failed. So we're gonna cut it back now. I don't want a woody lavender. All right, and I've got 4 piles here. So I've got my first pile over here. This is the ones that were super easy to just turn into a bundle. And so this is gonna be 1 bundle. I'm gonna tie this together. I'll pull that leaf out. I am leaving some of the foliar growth on there. Probably not the best idea, but then it's got all of the lavender up here, all the little top pieces. And then this pile is my second biggest pile. This is the ones that I would like to turn into long pieces, to turn into little bundles like that. This is all of the scraps, and then this pile is short pieces that I would like to turn into a short bundle. So I'm gonna tie that bundle really quickly, and then I think I'm gonna just put that in some water or something, maybe in some shade. I don't know. I don't want to do 7 bundles right now. And then this will go in the compost, and same thing for this one. Well, this one will get tied up also, not compost. Tying up your lavender, super easy. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Take your bundle when you've got it to the size that you want it. Take your twine. Cut yourself a piece. And you want to tie it tight enough. I'm gonna have to do this or you can't see it, and I'm sorry. You want to tie it tight enough that they don't move, and you know that it's gonna shrink a little bit as it starts to dry out. So you wanna make sure that it's tied tight enough that as it does shrink, it won't all start totally falling apart. Let's see if I can get this. So tight enough you don't break your stems, but tight enough that they don't fall. And there we go. A lavender bundle. This will go inside. This will dry absolutely beautifully. It's going to be so nice. This would actually be fabulous to like put in the shower over the shower head. The smell is crazy. So I think that is going to be it for this video, you guys. I'm going to process this bunch here and just kind of have a mellow rest of the day. I am going to, because I don't like the way that this looks, because I have type 1 personality. Perfect. That's way better. And then this can just hang on the wall. It's perfect, and it's gonna dry nice, and it's gonna smell beautiful. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna process the rest of this and just enjoy the rest of my day. So I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for coming along with me. Bye, guys.